And ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday, September 17th, 2020, and welcome back to another episode of Quarters Without Borders. I'm your host, my name is Kyle, and we are here for another day of playing video games for a better tomorrow. This is the first time you're joining us. Let me welcome you to our channel. We are playing our way through Ghost of Tsushima. We're doing so on the hardest available difficulty, which in this case means lethal level difficulty with the expert level HUD enabled. And every time we die, fail, or retry, in homage to the classic arcade games of yesteryear, we are donating an additional 25 cents, an additional quarter, to a charity. As you can see in the bottom left of your screen, our charity for this game is To Write Love on Her Arms. It's a mental health charity based in the United States. The grand total thus far we have raised is $64.50, and that quarters donated tracker right above that, well, that number will grow as we play our way through our stream for today. I'm having a fantastic Thursday, and I hope you are as well. We have a wonderful day ahead of us, and if you're in a different time zone or perhaps a different country, maybe your day is already halfway over or ending, I hope you had a fantastic one, and let's carry that energy forward into the next day. For everybody else that's here with us right now, let's dive into the game. A couple housekeeping things here at the beginning. Of course, this is our last stream during the week this week. We will be back not tomorrow, but Saturday for our Long Play Saturday. That's going to be starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be playing for about 8 hours, so it'll take us till about 9 o'clock that night. Okay. Now, where did we leave off? We accomplished a lot of little things last time. We were kind of pulled a bunch of different directions. We've got quite a few quests to accomplish. I would like to, I think, we're going to pick up with this main storyline quest with the Pirate's Cove. So we're going to head over here to resume this main mission. We got a hold of, I don't remember what the gentleman's name was. They're just going to call him the Uncle's Contact. So we found a pirate. A wine-soaked pirate, as the description says, skilled enough to break the Mongol blockade and deliver our request for reinforcements to the Shogun. Lord Shimura awaits word of my progress at our old hunting camp in Akashima. Lady Dragana, good morning. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a good one today. It's a beautiful day outside. And if anyone's in this area in central Ohio and you were up early this morning like I was, you would have been blown away by the magnitude and the density of the fog we had this morning. It was fantastic. It is a nighttime ride here for us. Huh, what kind of statue is that? Is that like a little pig? That's cool. I just assume they're frogs every time I see them. We're going to make our way across Toyotama. There should be a place we can cross here. Looks like there's enough, like little, I think estuaries is the correct word for these little islandy things. Just we can beeline past through the old Kanazawa Marsh and make our way toward the Firefly Marsh. And that'll be our first goal for today, of course, picking up this main storyline quest before we begin to deviate into some of the smaller quests for aid. Oop, can't pick up the wind chime. Ah, that's exactly why it was so amazing. I love fog. Have you seen the Cell 216? Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Lady Dragana, have you seen the movie based on the Stephen King novel, The Mist? I know it's not necessarily fog, perhaps, but it gets the same effect across. Who do we have up here? Straw Hats?
All right.
All right, what? Dang. Okay, you think you're fast? How about being this fast? Teach you to pick on someone. Maybe your own size isn't the right word, but in the same profession.
A good horse.
South 216, I hope you're having a great day.
Let's go.
Are these just plain old merchants? I think so. I think this was a camp that I liberated. Now it appears just peasants are taking up residence here, which is good to see. Although, you know, you could probably clear the human shish kebabs out of the way. Alright, we got less than a click to go. I wonder who's in charge of the upkeep on these march passages. Ooh, is that a Sashimono banner up there? Okay, we're gonna come back to that. We have some bandits out this way. Oh, but that is the beautiful mystery of it. And for a 90s film, I'm pretty sure it was a late 90s film. May have been a little later than that, but it's a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic movie. Talk to the prisoner. Anybody else? Come on. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Zen, my friends. Zen.
Help me!
You'll be free soon.
Bless you, Lord Sakai.
Be careful up there.
Ah.
Please, take this.
So do you think just because there's less traffic on the internet right now, you're getting a cleaner signal because of the hurricane? Up here in Ohio, we're not really feeling the effects of it, unless this little front of cold weather that we've been having is because of that. That's about the only change in the weather we've had here. Alright, let's get this Sashimono banner. Different color one, too. Yes. Come on, you can go down. Let's ride, Soda. We have possibly more folks up ahead. Oh, we're gonna bypass this camp anyways. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Burning off our in-game fog. There seems to be just perpetual thunderstorms in this area. Poor folk. Watchtower. Alright. The Numata settlement, we're getting closer and closer. It's the last major
I don't know why they call you Ghost.
I guess you could not even. Wow. It's a heck of a jump. Did I get the thing?
Let's go, Soda.
I must have grabbed it. Thought I missed it. Last major I mean, I guess settlement's the right word, but last major landmark for. Okay, jump. Nope, won't jump out there. Come on. You can do it. Nice. Hopping horse. Grab this flower really quick. I know Flanagan mentioned yesterday that she may be doing a little swimming this morning. I wonder how the weather held out for her. It was chilly this morning, so I don't know if I would be down for any lake swimming in this weather. Oh wow. Okay, so wow. Geez, Cell, like you're like right in the thick of it, aren't you? Hopefully the worst that you experience is just power flickering on and off. Hopefully nothing else happens. Whoop. Fire. Tuck and roll. Ah, Flanagan. Jumping in. Speak of the devil. Not of the lake because of the weather. You know, I'm going to jinx it right now, but combat is going fantastic this morning. I'm just in a much better state of mind after the little morning powwow.
Here.
I was fortunate enough to be able to have coffee with another professional this morning. Enjoying the early morning foggy air. Talking about living in the present moment. And living with intention, which is just really powerful stuff. It's always good to help the mind, you know, refocus, rehone. And I think that's actually showing in how we're tackling the game today.
Let's go, Sora.
Good now. Fantastic. So, Cell, like this is going to be... There is no explanation for this except my own ignorance, specifically because in Ohio we're much further removed from Sally, the hurricane, but I've seen snippets of it in the news. Hopefully the worst of it is behind at this point, and you don't have too much more to worry about or to come. Nice, Flanagan. That sounds like a chill morning. And it has. It's fantastic. Coffee mornings, which I drink coffee very rarely. If you know me personally, you know my opinion on stimulants. But I indulge maybe once a week at the most when we have these little professional meetings and kind of a chance to refocus, surround yourself with the right kind of people, so to speak. So those coffee mornings are always a great way to start the week.
Last,
Or
you have news.
start the day.
Yes, Lord Shimura.
Wow, you have a very small camp here, my friend. 2 guys and you?
I found Goro in Umugi Cove.
Goro, that was his name.
Was he drunk? Not anymore. He will fulfill his debt to you and sail for the mainland.
He may be unsavory, but few know the sea like Goro.
Will these men deliver your message?
Precisely. Kotaro and Jiro are loyal and courageous.
Okay.
I will petition the Shogun for reinforcements.
Goro is ready. He will meet us nearby, then lead us to his boat.
We will ride when the time is right. Take this moment to prepare for battle.
Ooh.
Yes, uncle.
Why is this getting serious all of a sudden? I assume this is out of my hands at this point.
It is time. To your horses, men,
We are ready, my lord.
Stay alert.
and keep watch for our smuggler.
Like, why is this... Wait! Wait! I need the things. Okay, Lord Shimura. We're gonna get ambushed en route? Or perhaps is Goro gonna betray us? Wait, there's a treasure chest! I can't access it. Oh my gosh, hurry! Let's go. Ride, Zoda. Alright, Lord Shimura and I will take the lead.
I can always tell when you want to ask me something. Out with it.
I'm curious how you met Goro.
I caught him selling Chinese silk forbidden by Shogun decree. I burned his stock and let him go.
He could have been flogged, but you saw a better path.
A skilled sailor can be a valuable asset.
We have some dead folks on the road. Lady Dragana, what do you mean you don't trust? You don't trust Lord Shimura? Like, what don't you trust about him? Or do you just not like him? Because I don't really... I mean, he's very traditional. He's... Wow, there's the ships. Wow, that's cool. He's very traditional samurai. So, I mean, it kind of butts heads against, I think, the reality of the situation we're in right now. Though I might not agree with him, I can kind of see his point of view on certain things. But I don't... If you mean, like...
Mongols have many ships.
Oh, these are Mongol
Can Goro
ships.
evade them all?
He has no choice.
What will we do if they catch us, my lord?
Do not fear death, Kotaro. Live with courage. And never forget the people you fight to protect.
I'm just curious if when you say you don't trust him, you think he's up to something fishy. Or he has maybe ulterior motives he hasn't disclosed to us.
Lord Shimura!
Goro, where is your boat?
This way!
What are the torches for?
I'm happy you're alive, my lord.
Thank you for agreeing to settle your debt.
I'll do my best. But I fear the Mongols will sink me before I leave the coastline. There are too many eyes watching the water.
Perhaps we can direct their attention elsewhere. Dismount. We walk from here.
Okay, got a little camp set up. Lord Shimura, I
Fort
like your
Mitodake.
hat.
My father took that stronghold from Clan Yarikawa.
Oh, it's the fort on the island.
Now the Mongols have it.
Imagine their surprise when two samurai take it back from them.
If we
What?
make enough noise inside the fort,
The Mongol ship crews will look to it instead of the water. Goro, we will draw the enemy's attention to the fort. Sail when you hear the fighting.
My lord, you'll be killed.
Your only concern is delivering my message. Horses might give us away. We will go on foot, Lord Sakai.
Timeout. We're laying siege to an island fortress. This is like two dudes attacking Alcatraz. Just to make a distraction? Couldn't we just like light a fire or like shoot some fireworks and that would also accomplish the same goal? And even if I was to go with this plan, I don't want to head-on frontal assault an island fortress because you know Lord Shimura isn't about to play it stealthy. He's about to walk up there like, yo, what's up, guys? Oh my gosh, this is a horrible plan. Lady Dragana, I can agree with your sentiment.
Mongol armies are formidable, but our attack will catch them off guard.
let's pray that holds true in the fort.
They outnumber us, but they cannot attack all at once.
How long can we keep the element of surprise?
Only until we see the enemy.
Basically.
Then, we strike.
Like, he definitely has sea shady stuff. He definitely has kind of, I mean, he's a politician. He has political maneuverings. Jin may not be his best interest. I think, whoa. I think he's, I mean, obviously rightfully concerned about Jin kind of walking the dark side, so to speak. But I think maybe there's a sense of, dude, he's so ready to go. He doesn't like just jog forward and wait. He jogs forward and he jogs back to me as if I'm too slow. Can we get this flower? Is there time for the flower? Priorities, Lord Shimura. Priorities.
Mongols ahead.
We got some long arrows.
We could avoid them.
Turn your back on a foe, and you will die with a sword stuck in it.
See? That's exactly his words. Here we go. Well, what do you think of that, Lord Shimura?
Are you
What
ready,
do you think
Uncle?
of that?
Kill their strongest first.
What do you mean kill their star? I killed everybody. This is our plan. Frontal assault for reals. Ow.
More coming out of the gates. Take them quickly. Perfect.
There.
Well done.
You're welcome. I'm basically doing all the work. You're just a body distraction. Too foggy, I can't see him. Okay, let's get in there.
That's the last of them. Forward, through that gate.
Well, when the quest is deliver the letter to Lord Shimura, you don't necessarily anticipate it's going to be also prepare to frontal assault a Mongolian island fortress. Like, these are the little details I feel like they should include in the mission descriptions. Okay, we're gonna open the gates. Let's do it. Like, they're just gonna leave the doors unlocked for us?
I am proud to fight beside you, Jin. See how the enemy fear you. You are a true warrior.
Okay.
Thank you,
He
Uncle.
seems pretty jazzed about my reputation now, when it's favoring us. I mean, I totally ambushed those three dudes. I figured he wouldn't be too happy about that one. Oh gosh.
Watch us! Take cover!
Roll, Jin.
Lord Sakai, with me.
What? With you? We're running?
Wreak havoc on the fort. We need the Mongol ships to focus here, not on Goro.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna skip those archers for now. Too high. Maybe the fire will get him. If I'm lucky. Get off my uncle, dude. Oh, great. He had a lot of archers. I wonder what he would say if I went into ghost mode. Ghost stance mode. Like, would he approve of that? Ooh, a treasure chest. Glad I came up here. get any... Nope, no vision ahead, apparently. Dog.
This way!
Which way are we going? Like, you're moving very fast, Uncle. I'm trying to loot things. Don't get mad at me if you're fighting on your own. So you think, like, even though I initiated the combat with, like, an assassination strike, someone freed the horses, oh my gosh, they're burning. You think he's, like, kind of okay with that?
We have their full attention now.
Shooting the fireworks. I didn't see the dog. Man, the dogs blend in. I guess there's a reason they picked black dogs. Did I really miss that?
We must press forward!
Man, I need to get more kills. I want to get the ghost stance. See what my uncle thinks. Oh no, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
Watch out! That is our new goal. Fight to the tower, kid!
What? What do you mean fight? How about we dodge? How about we avoid the rain of death that's coming? Oh, it gives like a marker where the watch is coming. Dude, you might not want to stand there, man. Get out of it! Oh, one hit on me, for reals? It's kind of cool where it shows the splash damage for the Hwacha, or whatever it's called. Like, this is turning into quite the epic battle. And of course, I take my few moments to stop to loot things. Another treasure chest. Oh no. What's on this side of the fort? Clearly I'm not supposed to be here yet. I like how they're targeting me, the guy that's doing nothing. Gosh. Okay, I'm coming. I get the hint. Oh my gosh, get out of here. Which way are we going? Where's the rest of their dudes? Get in the door, get in the door. Oh my gosh.
Blow through them. Stop only to kill.
What's the flow through them? Where are they at?
Remember all I taught you. I must not falter.
What? Oh my gosh, get away from the thing. Dude, you want to not stand in the flaming ridiculousness?
Hold them off.
I cannot save you right now. You are... Yeah. I have ghosts. I like how he's just on fire. That's really intimidating. Okay, I have ghost stance. I have ghost stance. I don't lose it. Fight to the Wachita. See you, Captain. I guess that was it. I just used it for that.
Forward! Show the Mongols we will not be denied.
Then again, that's amazing. On a wood beam. Go. They're getting good at anticipating where we're going to be. I'll give them credit for that.
Let's finish it.
What? Climbing. Watch this. Get it? Watch this.
There is Goro's boat.
We bought them time, but not enough.
The Mongols have seen them,
What?
and their attack ships are faster.
Shoot it with the
Our men are
Hwacha.
defenseless.
No, they have us. We have Hwacha.
Watch
Weapon of the
this.
enemy, not samurai.
Saving our people is all that matters.
Ooh.
You know how to fire this.
I'll learn.
Destroy the Mongol ships.
Ooh, he approved it.
Leave the guards to me.
Uncle,
We will not die here, my boy.
He approved it.
The Mongols sent boarding parties. Don't let their boats reach
Oh my gosh.
shore.
This is
the
amazing.
Mongol ships are in flames.
Don't let up. Goro must outrun them.
Let's hope I don't run out. Come on, Goro. Uh-oh. Nice. Oh my gosh, what are they shooting?
Archers on the shore. Slow down, Goro.
I'm almost out of arrows. Yeah. Dang. Oh no. Will it shoot that far? Yes. Yes. Come on, Goro, you're smoking. Can we get out that far? Yes, we can.
More ships on the way.
Not enough?
Hold on, Goro.
There we go. Oh man, really close. Come on, come on, come on. We gotta stop him. Get the big one, get the big one. Come on, Goro, break the blockade! Am I missing the ship? Okay.
You made it, Goro. Bring us the Shogun's help.
Dang.
We did it.
I knew we would. You continue to prove the Mongols are not unstoppable.
You taught me to fight. I couldn't disappoint you.
Not like that.
And you never have. I am proud of the warrior, the man you have become. Jin, my message to the Shogun included an announcement. I wish to formally adopt you as my son.
Whoa.
Uncle,
In my heart, you have always been the heir to my legacy. When this war ends, we will make it official. One day our people will look to you as their leader. You will become their honorable Jito, backed by all the power of the Shogun.
I hope I can serve them as well as you have.
I know you will. We must finish our preparations while we wait for the Shogun's reinforcements.
What are your orders?
Recover your father's armor. We must show our people that the samurai lords of Tsushima still fight for them.
I'll ride for Omi village.
That's an
When you're
epic
ready,
line.
Meet me at our staging camp in Kubara.
The samurai lords of Tsushima.
We will retake my castle from Khotun Khan.
And save our home.
As father and son, the Shogun himself will celebrate our victory. We will meet again soon.
Is anyone getting like Darth Vader vibes?
Travel safely.
Take my hand, Jin, and we will rule this island as father and son. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to do my James Earl Jones voice, man. His voice is one amongst a million. But that was definitely like very Galactic Empire vibes. That was cool. That was a lot cooler than I thought that mission was going to be. I just thought we were just delivering a message. Now, though, if we start meta game thinking it, the game has emotionally created an attachment to Lord Shimura with this idea that he wants to adopt us. So is this about the time that they just snatch him away by making him either, as Lady Dragana, part of me is pointing out, a traitor? Which I doubt, or will they kill him off? Okay, let's do a quick scout of Fort Mitodake. Check it out for supplies and things that I might have missed. I still can't. I need 1 gold to get my sword upgrade. What's going to give a gold? Do any of these missions give gold? I mean, I might be able to buy gold. Here we go. Liberate Kishibe Village. That gives me 2 gold, which is enough to upgrade my sword. It means we have to ride past a gazillion things, but I think that's going to be a priority, especially if we mean to eventually challenge this samurai duel guy down here in the Drowning Marsh. So we've retaken the fort. Tons of samurai have moved in. This is where the horses were burning, isn't it? I think so. You did, to be fair. Apparently I won't be able to explore the entire fort. Kind of like Castle Shimura or Castle Kaneda. They only exist, I guess, for specific missions. So that's all the fort I get access to, is that little section. And I'm sure eventually they'll close the gates and I won't even be able to access this. That's kind of lame. Did what we came here to do.
We'll get through this.
Alright, so let's set a quest line for Kishibe Village. Bypass as much of this as we can just to get our gold, and then we'll press onward.
Quickly, Sora!
That was pretty cool though. Whoop. Ah, some spies right here. Fallen. We got 2 clicks to ride. This is a bit of a ride. It's a cool tree. All out by its lonesome. See, that's what I really like about this this map they've created. Is it feels hand drawn essentially. It feels designed. The map doesn't feel as if it was just generated
Who will fight?
by like procedure. So you see these little really cool unique locations and vignettes that you wouldn't get with like a procedural system. Okay, this plant is really in my way.
Fight me!
Ghost stance. Not that I needed it.
Sora, come on!
Not that I needed it. But there's a good road we can catch. We're going to be passing quite a few things, I'm sure, on the way there. We're going to try our best to ignore them. What do we got? Mongols? You want some of this too, bud?
Please release me!
Anyone wants some of this, not after that.
Hold still.
I'm still alive. Thank you, my lord.
You're safe now.
Please, take this.
What you got, Soda? Let's rock. The road splits here. I'll follow it in if we can. Got more Mongols out there. Not really of much consequence to us right now. Oh, who is this? That I don't know where that one's coming from. Another camp of folks. We might as well. We're here at the crossroads. Don't want to leave them here for other people to get caught by. That it? It's just one dude. I'm not sure that really qualifies. Well, I move really fast in listen mode now. That's pretty cool. Totally worth it upgrade. Not sure if that qualifies as an enemy force. Let's go.
Quickly, Sora! Now you come!
Da da da. Just got Montel Jordan playing in my head right now. Alright, a little over click to ride. Oh, yeah, some burned out stuff. Is this new? Kind of. There's a little bit of fog here. We may not have been through this little burned ruin before. But we need the gold. Wow, creepy dark forest. Yep,
Let's go, Sora!
here we come. It's getting us near the temple, must be. Oh, it's interesting that both temples so far that we've explored have been in the midst of very unique forests. There was the Golden Temple in the Golden Forest, and now there's the Kushi Temple. And I know it's not a Kushi forest, but it's this bamboo forest. That's kind of neat how they've... I mean, if it geographically is like that in real life, it's rather, I don't know, unique, I think. They have kind of these very distinct vegetative locations, and they have the temples within them. Flower, here we come, flower. Got more people. Into the pampas grass. Oh, there's an eagle up ahead. You three fools are in for a rude awakening. Okay, so did anybody hear that sound modulation? Like it was... Ooh, there's still somebody here? Like, the music was still playing from the battle, but then basically they fade out, or they shift like the tonal qualities of the soundtrack in order to give you like the sound effects of the post-battle wrap-up. But when it did it, the music sounded like someone's like 90s cell phone ringtone, like the quality of it. I was like, whose cell phone is ringing? In the highlight reel, I'll definitely make a point of looping it for a second just so you can hear it. I don't know if it came through very well online, but that was so weird.
Alternic!
Sorry, my friend. I'll let your ego live in your memory. Didn't mean to have to kill your horse. I'll let you live, Mr. Horse. Whoa, a whole other group of them. Oh my gosh, you shot your own horse! And it's on fire! Flaming arrows in the long grass may not be the best plan, guys. You're burning your own dudes. Wow, that's a heavy hit, man. You want to play like this? You want to play like this, huh? Like, there's just a lot of, like, bad interplay of content. It's like, let's just give a bunch of flaming archers, let's spawn them in a battle in the long grass, and give a few of them horses. And let's just watch as they shoot each other, light the grass on fire, burn each other to death, and burn their horses. It was entertaining, I will give it that.
Guess without you, boy.
Ooh, there's definitely a shrine over that way. It feels very Lord of the Rings Fangorn foresty. I like to think it would be like Ents in a forest like that. Oh, another flower. 2 flowers. I don't need to hide from the pigs. It's okay. Just getting this blue lily flower thing. The game is not letting me get. Man, that pig almost got me, actually. So the trail is becoming a lot less... Oh, here it is. I'm like, I'm not on the trail anymore. Well, perhaps by staying on the road, we're actually gonna... We might hear this one. That could be a fun quest to tackle on the way back down from the gold town. Okay, considering it's 2 gold for the reward for this quest, this might be very challenging. But we have been rocking it today. As long as we keep that nice, calm state of mind, we should be good. Alright, Kashibe Village. We're gonna do a quick pause. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. All right. We are back. Okay, defeat the Mongols, destroy the black powder cache, eliminate the general, recover 4 Sashimono banners, kill an enemy investigating a firecracker. That, I guess, is how we'll start things off for the day. Kubara Prefecture. Wow, this is a really big camp, actually. Am I gonna shoot the pole? Nope. No standoff necessary. Nice. That should be my thing. I was gonna say, I'm surprised no one else is coming. Really? I don't have the bonus? Wow, there's a lot. That was amazing. If I want to get this bonus, I actually have to lose them, since I've just murdered literally the entire camp. Because I don't think the firecracker thing works if they see me. Oh, come on, really? Come on, I'm like a ninja. I only have 2 firecrackers left, so I think I've lost them. Possibly. Oh yeah, I lost them. Okay, can I just say how amazing that first part of the battle went? Like, I don't know how I cleared as many dudes as I cleared. This place is huge. Oh my gosh. I've barely scratched the surface. No wonder it rewards 2 gold. These red trees are amazing, by the way. Just want to say that. How do I kill an enemy investigating a firecracker? Like that? How come it doesn't count? I don't get how that doesn't count. Because that's 100% killing an enemy who is investigating a firecracker. Or do I have to let them get closer? I think I've cleared this wing of the camp out, so let's do a quick little supply loot. Maybe we'll be lucky and find some more firecrackers. I only got 1 left. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to get this achievement. Heck of a throne. Okay, I think I just found some firecrackers. We got a banner. Record. Or an artifact. Greek vase. During the summer of 1242, the Mongol defeat of the Latin Empire caused a major power shift in the Aegean world. An invading force led by Kadan, son of the second great Khan Ogedei, swept southward after devastating Bulgaria and Serbia. Though repelled during an initial encounter in Thrace, subsequent relations between the Mongol Khans and the Latin Emperor Baldwin II suggest that he was at some point captured and forced to submit and pay tribute to the Mongol armies. This is likely how the vase wound up in Mongol hands. Fascinating. Just a little, aside here. For those of you that aren't too familiar with, Genghis Khan and what he did in his lifetime, may I highly suggest finding a documentary or a biography on him and reading about it, because it is mind-blowing. What the Mongolians did, and we think of Mongolia today as kind of like a land of steppes and farmlands and pastures and folks living very traditional lives. My reading voice into my... That's a very good question. I don't know. There's probably a chance that the voices are rather similar, to be honest. But I've never really thought about it. It's just the way I read, I guess. And I've never thought about the way I DJ either. Good question. I've got a couple weeks before next DJ gig. I'll have to make sure I pay extra attention. But yeah, read about Genghis Khan, what he did, how large of an empire he created, or I guess captured. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he has the record for basically conquering the most land. Bigger than Alexander the Great, bigger than, Hannibal, bigger than anybody in history. Genghis Khan in the Mongolian Empire. Oh yeah, Trash Panji. Welcome to the channel. No, I know there's cities in Mongolia. But I think what most people think of when you think of Mongolia, or maybe when I'm saying most people, I'm just saying myself, is you tend to think of more kind of rolling fields and the like. But no, Mongolia is a country. I'm aware of that. Just like you don't necessarily think of them as being basically the cultural and technological spearhead of the world, because that's what they were back then. Like, it was blitzkrieg before the Germans did it. It was gunpowder and siege warfare and archery on horseback before anyone else did it. It was creating the Pony Express before the Pony Express did it. Like, it was amazing. Everything that they did from I mean, they did a lot of horrible, really cruel things at the same time, but like as far as what they were able to accomplish and the methods they went about doing it was very ahead of its time. It's very fascinating as far as a historical read. If anyone's interested in that kind of stuff, I would highly recommend it. Okay, I found a few more firecrackers, which is nice. So, exactly. Like, okay, so get this. This is one thing I actually remember. Say there's a city that they wanted to capture. And the city has walls. Rather than, I mean, in this they build catapults and launch, and yeah, they did that too. But rather than even attack the city, the Mongolians would basically build walls outside of the city walls that were taller than the city's walls. That way they could put their archers in their walls that surrounded the city and just shoot down into the city. And stuff like they would just light fires and let the smoke just cloud the city for, you know, weeks and months or however long the siege lasted. Conversations with the Khan 8. Khotin senses a potential rift forming between the Ghost and Lord Shimura. Really? Because I got the sensation that we were like father-son taking over the Empire. While I expressed doubt, he assured me the Empire has had long experience with such proud warriors. He said to me, Daizo, now we know who's writing these things, Daizo, there is nothing easier than to prey upon the vanity of ambitious men. People say my grandfather Genghis Khan conquered the world because his armies were stronger, faster, and more ruthless than those who opposed him. Nonsense. Ruthless men make war everywhere. Genghis knew how to befriend enemies and turn his enemies against one another. That is what Lord Shimura and his nephew do not grasp yet, but I will teach them. May Canon grant mercy to anyone who opposes this man. Lady Dragana, you may be on to something. Even though he was cool with the way I fought, as I undoubtedly move more and more toward the dark side, so to speak, I'm sure we will have a growing tension or a growing rift. Does that count? Where'd the dog go? Okay, I think it finally counted. I should have done the double assassination instead of the single, but... Oh yeah. Catapulting dead bodies, all sorts of... Like I said, they did some really horrendous, cruel, against the Geneva Convention kind of things back in the day. But looking at it from a distance, I mean, they basically pioneered war crimes. Yeah, I know, that's definitely the weird vibes you're getting. The tension's not there yet, but I think as the story progresses, that's the division that we're going to see more and more of. Is basically the Khan playing us against each other. Which will be I'm actually excited for. I know it's going to be a bummer when it happens, but I'm kind of excited to see how that's going to play out.
Өнөөгч харлаа. Энэ үгчтэй.
Just because, like, I don't know, I'm ready for that emotional roller coaster ride that is undoubtedly going to happen when it's comes between the two of them. Wait, Trash Pansy, what do you mean an odd thing to look up to? The pioneering the war crimes thing? I'm not saying it's like look up to them for everything they did, but from a historical context, there is a lot you can learn, and for the time, they left an indelible mark upon the history of humanity. I mean, just the fact that even the word that we use, mongrel, is a derogatory slang for Mongol. Like, we use that as a word today, and that has its roots in what they did. I don't know what you're doing, bud. Like, if you can look at it from the eye of a historian, we're not necessarily approving or putting ourselves in that situation, but just looking at it as far as, I don't know, historical context, I think is quite fascinating. Trash Pansy, how's your day going, by the way? I'm glad you're able to make it on the stream today. Do you have another day off today, or are you working? You know how much easier it is to shoot bows and arrows when you have a crosshair? Ah, okay. I know you'd mentioned you were gonna pop on yesterday, but I wasn't sure if you made it or not. 2 days in a row. This is certainly a treat. Since you're here at the moment, I'm gonna, of course, throw my shameless sister plug out there. Oh, that's pretty neat. But for those of you, I know most of you, I think, here have already know about this or have me mentioned it before. But if you don't, just a reminder, my sister is teaching online yoga classes right now through the Good Elephant Company. You can find them online at goodelephant.co. They just pay what you want right now. So if you want to just check out what yoga is like, it actually can be completely free. The suggested donation is $9, but by all means, if you have never done a yoga class, check it out. It's free. She does them Tuesdays and Sundays, and I will be participating this Sunday. It is going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's an Ashtanga and Vinyasa style yoga, which I'm sure is not the way you would say that if you were a yoga practitioner. But yeah, it's challenging, but I gotta be honest, it's very rewarding. And it's really cool kind of seeing, I don't know, seeing you do the yoga so easily and the different locations you pick to do the yoga in. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, you want some of this, buddy? You don't know who you just encountered. Oh, you better run. Yeah, I would, like I said, shameless sister plug. Sorry, I got distracted there. I would definitely recommend if you I would recommend it. If you never tried it before, or you're just interested, or maybe you have done it before and you want to see what it's all about, come check it out. And trust me, you can't do as badly as I do, so it is a no-shame class. I got 3 more, I think. They're just a little ways away. Kind of spread out actually. Got 1 archer and 2 just like guardy dudes. Did it. Nice. And we got the bonus objective. We have 3 technique points. I think that's enough to finish out our skill tree. I love how the color, like the saturation, just comes back to the world. Pardon me. Sakai Katana upgrade available. Finally. Now that would be a nap I would be very happy to take. Poof. Yes. Okay. Well, before we are out of time today, folks, might be really close actually. I know we only got about 15 minutes left. I would love to get my stuff upgraded. But let's take out the Sensei Ishikawa mission right here. I think there's only 2 more left. Or 3 more, 7, 8, and 9. The Terror of Otsuna. This is the other archery camp that she has set up. That Tomoya set up. So we will have to make sure we clear it out post-haste. I'm going to jinx it. I've tried my best not to mention it, but I'm totally going to jinx it at this point. We haven't died today. And not for lack of trying. We've had... Man, look at those colors. Whew. We have had quite the battles. And I don't even think I've gone down very much. I mean, I have. I know I've gone down like maybe 2 times, 3 times. But this is, man, it's that morning. It's all about mindset. This game is fantastic in the fact that it can reflect that. The fact that to be proficient at this, you have to stay calm. You have to stay level-headed in combat. Which is true if, I imagine, you were actually a samurai fighting Mongol invaders. But the way it reflects that and how your state of mind directly affects how well you would do in this game, I think is very, very impressive. So you can tell it's a good day today because that morning professional coffee, excuse me, has led to this kind of a performance. Alright, we will have to return to this little village at some point to finish looting things. Time is calling us out. Let's ride Sensei Ishikawa's aid, help Tomoe, and then if we have time, fingers crossed, I'd love to make it back to town and get our upgrades done. And that'll leave us in a really great spot to venture out for our long play Saturday. I'm thinking of re-tackling that samurai duel in the marshes, now that we're a little stronger. Okay, I bet it's up this way. A hard right.
Are you Lord Sakai?
I am. Also known as the Moon Bear.
I am.
Sensei Ishikawa's waiting for you inside.
I mean, that seemed like an unnecessary little vignette. Like, it cut to, like, cinematic bars, and the camera pulled out. Like, that was a lot of work for basically one line of dialogue. I thought that could have just been exchanged while still retaining control of my character. Oh dang, someone's horse got owned.
And Ran is the one who saw their camp?
That's right, Sensei.
Sakai,
Uh-oh. This doesn't sound good to me. Alright, Sensei Ishikawa, what's up?
Sensei Ishikawa, is all this Tomoe's work?
she and her Mongols have been busy. A woman here named Ran knows where to find her.
Lead the way.
Oh man, all the arrows in the lamppost.
How does she know where Tomoe's camp is?
She stumbled on it while foraging in the woods.
She's lucky to be alive.
Everyone with her was killed.
Dang.
Is your name Ran?
Yes, my lords.
The Mongols who did this to you, they were led by one of our own.
Tomoe. I'll never forget that face. She used to ride with a group of thieves who lived here.
That's not possible. Tomoe is from Umugi Prefecture.
She found her way here. Her bow terrorized Utsuna for years.
Huh.
People used to say she could knock a falcon from the sky, blindfolded.
This camp you found, where is it?
The forest southwest of here. Between the river and
So
the
we're starting to
western
figure out a little
shore.
bit more about her backstory before she met Sensei Ishikawa. Ah, absolutely, Trash Panji. If we lose you, no sweat. Although, I'm not announcing the winner until Saturday's long play. Submissions are due in like 10 minutes after I get off the stream. And then I announce the winner during the long play on Saturday.
Lessons I taught her, the secrets I shared. Oh, wasted. You old fool.
So folks can still get
Why
their
did she
submissions
lie
in
to me?
until the end of today.
Tomoe never told you any of that.
Before we fought, I offered to adopt Tomoe as my daughter. Make her samurai.
For someone like her, that's quite a change in fortune.
And I took it away.
Because she's a hired killer.
Because her sensei failed her. She fell back into the life she knew.
It's one thing to wreck your chance at a better life, but to terrorize your own people.
I am aware, Sakai.
Are you? Can I count on you to do what needs to be done?
We have a camp to find.
Nice, thank you,
We need to
Flynn,
stop Tomoe before she
Enjoy the
takes more
weather,
lives.
enjoy the walk. Thanks for stopping in the channel today on your relaxing weekend off.
The good news is Tomoe fell back to a place she knows. Because she's desperate.
She has the Mongol Empire on her side.
The more we damage her efforts, the more likely the Khan withdraws his support.
We could use that to our advantage. Drive a wedge between them.
What if we did, and Tomoe abandoned the Mongol cause?
Oh man.
After everything she's done, she deserves punishment.
Even if she were willing to fight for us.
Would you trust her?
No.
That's a tough call. I wouldn't. These little trees, I want to keep picking them up. What about this raging fire right here? We're not going to do anything about that?
The woman we spoke to said Tomoe terrorized people here. It must
Man,
have been
really
years
foggy.
ago. Tomoe would have been young.
In her teens. And holding her own among bandits.
Difficult for someone twice her age. And you never suspected anything.
When she began her study with me, she hid a small blade in her sleeve. And she secretly hoarded food.
I can see how you could overlook those signs.
Yeah, there were others. I wanted to make her my heir so badly. I blinded myself to the truth. The camp should be nearby.
Well, that goes my
Perfect
theory
terrain
of
for
him
archers
being her
lying in
father.
wait.
Keep your eyes open.
Man, it got really foggy. It's pretty cool.
Dismount here.
Ooh, some
Stay
unfortunate,
low and find a good place to scout the camp.
fortunate villagers.
Up here.
You hear some bow and arrow shooting.
We've seen this before.
Yes,
What
we
do you
have.
see?
Some training against dead bodies.
Bodies used for archery practice.
Tomoe's signature.
That was a wide shot, dude. Not worried about you, I guess.
Japanese arrows.
Of course. Shut this camp down. Keep your eyes open for Tomoe.
Ready when you are, Sensei.
I'll stay heated until you strike.
Gonna help, buddy? Oh, you're up there. You are helping, I guess. Or do you need my help? That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, I just did
I've seen
everything.
you recently.
Again.
Look around.
Just did everything. All by myself. I gotta say, Sensei Ishikawa, even Yuna, the thief, the non-samurai thief, is a much better assistant in combat.
Sensei, over here.
What? Apples? What did I find? Footprints.
Could be Tomoe's.
Hoofprints.
The sensei and the ghost.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting tired of you two.
Your archers are dead. It's over.
Whoa!
Ambush.
That could have been bad. Wait, why am I on my horse?
Go after Tomoe. I'll hold these fools off.
Are you serious? You're gonna be by yourself? Oh, there she is, she's ahead of me. Okay, let's do this. It's Ishikawa.
one way.
Keep telling yourself that.
I don't know if I want to leave you alone. You don't do a very good job holding your own. Oh man, there's a storm coming now. We're riding into the thunderstorm. Jeez, her horse is fast.
You need to work harder, Lord Sakai.
Man, the storyline definitely picked up a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, why is she off here? She's gonna cliff dive? She's gonna cliff dive.
So you're Lord Sakai, the sensei's new pet.
And you're a gifted archer who had a chance at a better life and threw it away.
Is that what he told you?
Uh-oh.
Why are we talking?
So I can warn you to watch your back. My sensei tried to kill me. He'll try the same with you.
Thanks for the warning, but I'm here to end this.
It's already over. I have nothing. No one.
Put the bow down, Tomoe. Has she lost her mind?
Did she just kill herself?
No sign of her.
That's a heck of a
Should
fall.
tell Sensei Ishikawa.
Wow. So there is, as always, an undercurrent of something weird going on. I like how it's not, go make sure Sensei Ishikawa is alive. It's, I should go tell him. Like, assuming he survived the ambush with, like, the 30 dudes charging him. Interesting. What is at work here? Is he still good? Somehow he finally did some work.
Sakai! What
Is he
happened?
injured? He's a little injured.
Tomoe could have killed me, but she didn't.
You let her get away.
She jumped off a cliff. I saw her.
You saw what she wanted you to.
She sounded desperate.
She is. Because of us.
Why does she think you'll turn on me?
She doesn't. She's trying to drive a wedge between us. And it's working.
No, it's not.
Good. But the next time you wonder if I can do what's needed, ask yourself first.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The way isn't finished yet. I guess they shall go north to curry favor with the Mongols.
We'll find her.
Is that the end of his quest line for now? I bet that's it until we get to the next area. Leaving the questions unanswered, the trail of breadcrumbs leading me deeper into the north. Doesn't make sense to why he would try to kill me, though. That doesn't make sense. Like, he has no reason. Unless he's a Mongol, which we know he's objectively not. So, it really doesn't make sense why he would try. Artifact, Mongol Saber. Though best known for their composite bows, Mongol troops are also proficient at close-range melee combat. They are known to use maces, typically wielded by more heavily armored cavalrymen, axes, and swords, the last of which most often feature a curved, saber-like design. The Turco-Mongol saber utilizes a slighter curve and sharp point, with the reverse edge of the blade sharpened along the upper third of its length. Interesting. We're almost halfway through the Mongol artifacts. Glad I came back. Alright, folks, we are pushing the clock today. But considering the only thing really left to do is to go shopping, let's ride to Yarikawa Stronghold and purchase our things. And that, I think, will be a good stopping point. We have a home base to head out from for Saturday's stream. Oh, I need 5 points to max this stuff out, don't I? Well, we're going to max up the listening. Improve our concussive blast on the powder bombs. And the only thing left is explosive shrapnel. 2 points to upgrade, and we have maxed out all of our ghost tactics. We got 1 click to ride, folks. A little shopping and upgrading to do. And that will be it for Thursday's stream. Thank you so much, everybody. I know a few of you have hopped off already. Hope you have great Thursdays. Everybody that is sticking around and watching, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope it's been enjoyable. I feel like we've done some really cool stuff, and hopefully if I've been able to kind of send some positive energy into your day, that would mean the world to me. Pay it forward. Send that energy forward yourself. Have a great today. Have a great tomorrow. And of course, we'll be back this Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This might be a problem. This might be a camp. Oh nope, we have cleared this one.
Still around.
we cleared it, and we cleared it again. They were all congregating around the wagon. Working on it. We're working on it. As long as I can make it there without dying. Today would have been probably one of the most successful gaming days in terms of how we've played. We've had a significant quantity of challenges, and yet at the same time, we've managed to meet those challenges with skill and care and patience. Let's get over the fence. This will be a quicker way than going through. Then I can just magically call my horse again. Nice job, Soda. That may have been gaming the system a little bit, but... Come on, come on. Less than half a click to ride. Yarikawa Stronghold, here we come. Now we're gonna have some cliffs to deal with here, so I'm gonna stick to the road if I can. Oop, got a group of 3 Ronin up ahead. Maybe the last obstacle between us and Yarikawa.
Let's go. Him. We'll...
Let's do this. 200 meters. You can see Yarikawa up ahead. Ooh, one more group of folks. Ooh, that's gonna be a close shot. Oh my gosh, you shot your leader? You literally shot your leader with that flaming arrow? Oh shoot.
It's going to be all right.
Thank you.
Go, and stay safe.
This is for you, Lord Sakai.
Okay, that went pretty well.
Horse!
One other obstacle, but we cleared that without too much trouble, to be honest. Let's ride up into Yarikawa. Whoa! Okay, I felt bad for my horse on that one, but that was pretty amazing. Sorry, Soda. I don't know where you... Okay, you're climbing out. I would not have made it across without you. I forgot that's the bridge that got catapulted. Okay, let's hit our upgrades. Swordsmith, gifts, and if we can't do the armor, we'll do the armor, but we'll see how many supplies we use at the swordsmith. Forgot that bridge was out. Brutal bandit for those who don't need to hide their past deeds. Oh, it's like the exact same thing, it's just bloody. I'm gonna keep the one with the little flowers on it. Wow, 3 gifts. That's awesome. Right now, gold, I think, is really the limiting quantity, keeping me from
I'll make it green, brighter than the sun.
upgrading everything. Let's max it out.
Your blade is ready.
Fully upgraded.
I'll see you again.
Fully upgraded. The perfect storm trophy. Probably for maxing out the blade. Yep. It's a rare trophy too. Who would have not? Who would have thought? And we have enough supplies for the armorer. Yes, we do. It's just a matter of, I guess, finding them.
All my goods are useful.
Imagine they have a tent or a house. Here we go.
I work on all kinds of armor.
We can upgrade. I mean, that's maxed. That's maxed. That's maxed. That's maxed. And Traveler's Attire. We will max Traveler's Attire out.
This will protect you.
I still have 11,000 supplies. Oh no, we're not wearing it. I mean, as cool as it is, we're not wearing it. Yes. All right, folks, we are kitted out, upgraded, in a really good spot right now. No quarters today, surprisingly. So we are, I mean, the jar is empty, so we'll be going into Saturday with a still count of $64.50. And yeah, I think the first order of business, 11 of 17 liberated. We're doing pretty hot right now. The first order of business is head south. Let's see if we can't clean up this little corner down here, knock out some of these quests, finish clearing out the fog, get this next mythic tale. And I'm hoping that this Saturday we can complete the duel in the Drowning Marsh. From there, we will then work our way up north. We have a lot of question marks, a lot of quests. I think Lady Masako is really the only person that still has quests on this part of the island. 6 and 7, and I'm sure the remainder will happen when we get up north into the top half. The only main storyline quest for me, really, before we can even attack this castle, is to claim my armor. So there's really not too much. Who knows how much we're going to get done this weekend? We shall see. Dropping our save. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Quarters Without Borders, where we are playing today for a better tomorrow, doing our part to hopefully send a little positive energy out into the world, making a difference, 25 cents at a time. I hope you've had a great time this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day as well. I'm going to do my best to live to the fullest. Have a great Friday, and we'll be back this Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We have a lot of the highlight videos as well as the long play archives are popping up there. We should be actually almost all the way caught up. So if you want to catch up on any of the backdated videos and things like that, the YouTube channel, Quarters Without Borders, is the place to go. Lady Dragana, thanks for stopping by the channel today. Hopefully I will see you Saturday, fingers crossed. We'll also be announcing the winner of our weekly challenge number 2, the Bamboo Challenge. After I close out of this stream, I'll be going online, looking at the photos that folks have submitted, and trying to pick a winner. We'll announce that this Saturday during our long play. So you won't miss it. Come on out, join us, even if it's just for a few hours or maybe even a few minutes. Stop by the channel. Every little bit of support means a lot on this end, and this is why I do this, to provide a place that we can gather, virtually at least for now, to share ideas, build community, have some fun, and do some good. So thank you everybody that so far has followed the channel, has just been watching from the shadows. Every little bit means a lot. As always, you'll notice here when we close out the stream, you'll have all the followers, all 22 of you, have a little space listed on the screen there, and just my eternal thanks to all of you. Looking forward to where we grow in the future. Have a great rest of your Thursday, folks. Until next time, stay safe and happy gaming.